Hello, in this video I'm going to be sort of going through my progress with FPV over the course of 1 year. I've started with a tiny one, which is what you see in here, and then progressed into a 3-inch that I can fly outside a lot faster, doing a lot more maneuvers and a lot crazier stuff, and just sort of showing the progress I've made over the course of a year. So enjoy the video. Okay, this is the oldest clip I could find, and it's recorded using a little thing that pretends to be a webcam and plugs into your laptop. Then I used the Microsoft webcam app to record a video using that as the input. Obviously the reception's really bad, but whatever. Then yeah, so I'd bought the Tiny Hawk bundle. I'd bought at this point I had bought the Tyrannus because I can see it in my own hands. So I bought that pretty soon in because it was pretty obvious that the controller that came with it wasn't so great. And this actually, the good thing about this whole kit, the Tiny Hawk bundle, is you can just plug the Tiny Hawk into the computer and then use it as an input for a simulator. So I was doing that as well, so that I wouldn't, always have to charge up all the batteries or whatever. I would just be able to do that whenever I was just idly doing something. I can set up the simulator. And that helps for later as well when I've got more of, because this drone you can just crash it into the wall and it'll be fine. But the other drone, which is the one I'm about to show now, after I ponied up and was like, right, we'll get into it get something a bit more serious. I got the Signet 3-inch. It's got the Runcam Split 2 on it, so it records HD and it gives a good FPV feed. So the video's obviously a lot better, but I'm really unfamiliar with it. I've only flown it outside a little bit, but the simulator helps a lot. Like, I couldn't really find a simulator that matched the flight feel of any of either of the drones, but it's better than not flying in the simulator. So that first clip that was just of the Signet, that was just before lockdown hit on the coronavirus. So during that time, I decided I'd buy this kit, which is the Tyro 79 kit, which is pretty popular. And I built that, and then this is me just testing it. The camera on there is pretty pants. You can see it can't really tell what color it wants the sky to be, and like it's flickering. The OSD for some reason has some really weird issues. That I'm not really sure why. As soon as I upgraded the camera, they went, so I don't know what that is. But yeah, so I'm still using the same controller. The same goggles, the Skyzone 102s, I think they are. And then this is obviously this is the same day actually, but with the Signet instead. You can see my flying's like very shaky. Like I'm sort of wobbling around here, and like it looks like I sort of know what I'm doing, but not really. Like I can get it around a corner and where I want it to go, but I'm not very smooth about it when I'm doing it. So as time progresses, I get smoother. Oh, this was a clip where the video transmitter on the Signet, I have terrible luck with that drone. It had like an issue, and I think it was just the channel that it was on and the power that it was on wasn't really that good, like compatible for some reason. Because as soon as I like changed the transmitter channel, the transmission channel, it sort of fixed itself. So I put it on the one that is raceband 5, so now all my drones are on raceband 5 at this point. This was a really cool location. It's just, yeah, it's a really cool place to fly. I crashed the Signet within 30 seconds. I think the actual antenna for the video transmitter popped off because video just went to black, even though I had like actual clear line of sight to the drone. So I think it just popped off, and then I crashed into concrete. But this was the best sort of footage I got from it flying the Tyro, and it was very windy. And yeah, a very cool place to go. I'll be returning at some point to get some better footage and be a little bit more careful about making sure everything's stuck together. I'm trying to fly, this is conscious flight where I'm like consciously trying to go smooth, and like I'm not trying to do anything crazy. I'm just trying to go around in little circles and go around these trees but smoothly, and like do stuff like this where I sort of flick around and do a smooth maneuver. Yeah. So I'm sort of forcing it, if that makes sense. At this point, I haven't got the replacement parts for the Signet, so I'm flying the Tyro only. because the front cage on the Cygnet was destroyed, pretty much. I tried to bend it back into shape, but it didn't really work out. Yeah, so I think there's a clear improvement here from like the first clips of the Tyro, where I'm like wobbling around. This I still feel is a bit wobbly. It was quite a windy day, but not that windy. But this was like the first clip where I did a good sort of, good. It looks quite nice. The shot like panning behind me and then flipping over the trees. Yeah, and it was the first one. One of the ones I've started to composite the FPV feed on the bottom as well. And there's just various clips of me going in and out of the trees here. I think this is all from the same day from the look of it. Of me just flying around and trying to go, do some sort of more riskier, in quotes, flying. But you can still see I'm a little shaky, sort of like I wobble and make sudden adjustments. This place was cool. We just went because you can see this from all over town, this tower. The tune I felt was really, really bad. Like I started to notice that it was sloppy and fluttery, so I was like trying to figure out what was going on with it. But yeah, there was 2 blokes on top of there, so I didn't want to fly much closer. But this again is me trying to test the tune. Just why does it feel weird? Why does it feel sloppy? And I figured out eventually I didn't figure anything out. I just flashed it to Betaflight 4.2, and that sort of seemed to solve all my problems. So, yeah, and that's what we're on at the moment. And again, I'm trying to fly smooth and trying to just do like, instead of doing like snap stops, trying to like ease into a stop. And then like, yeah, my general sort of flight is trying to be a lot smoother, but I still sort of make snappy, weird little moves. But I think that'll just come with practice. Oh, this was me just wanting to go upside down a bit more and like sort of get used to half turns and how far a half turn is, so I can eventually start doing like Rubik's cubes and stuff. This is quite a recent footage actually. I remember going with that Sainsbury's bag. And then I've got this clip where I'm chasing a pigeon up the field because I just thought I'd include that because it was, yeah, I just thought it was kind of cool. I guess with that then, this is one of the most recent clips I've got. I think this is like 2 days ago or yesterday maybe, I can't remember. And it's just me flying around the same field. Hopefully I can go to some better locations and fly around different places, but yeah, for now this is where we're at. I hope you got something from the video, and yes, I have noticed that the propeller is poking itself in on the left hand side of frame. Yes, it's annoying, I'll fix it and then it won't be there in future. I've only just noticed it during editing this video and it's kind of a bit peak. Anyway, that's the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought, all that stuff. Probably like it, I guess. I don't know, whatever YouTube wants.